Hi everyone. I wanted to show here quickly in the Valley of Elah, which is where David slew Goliath, that it actually maps out the end times events. David had 5 stones representing the 5th age of the Bible coming. Everything in the Bible is this cryptic and has deep, deep meanings. Just as on our channel we help to fulfill Acts 2:17, where God says he will show signs in the heavens and on the earth. David represents the time of Jesus Christ coming upon the earth in the 1,000 years, the millennium of Christ. And when the cherub that is set to the east of Eden with its flaming sword is taken down, the one that God set there, and in the Bible it says he will be taken down and Jesus Christ will clear the way, and that the time of Israel will rise up. It will be the end of the time of the Gentiles, and the time of the law will come upon the world. And that the law, the Ark of the Covenant and the 10 Commandments will be the great chain that will bind Satan for the 1,000 years in the pit through there. The law will hold him down and such through there. But it means the end of the time of the Gentiles. But right here is the valley, right here where David slew Goliath, right there. And it actually maps out all of the same things we've been showing on our channel. You see right here this king of the Illuminati coming? He is that cherub that will be kicked down, and then a great pit will be opened at the end of Armageddon, and he will be put in there with a giant chain on him. This eagle represents Jesus Christ's wise virgins leaving, going to the wedding feast of the Lamb, and Jesus going to the top, to the throne, as this guy comes down. That's what it represents. It's showing in the United Nations, right here. The end of the time of the Gentiles will start with this nuclear war, this football. This Phoenix represents the great whore the Bible burns with fire, and there's the beast in there that will receive a grievous head wound. This is shown right at the right there in the valley. Over here, the wise virgins go through this door up to heaven. The foolish virgins end up being down with the beast, and the dead rise to utter contempt. Here is that cherub coming down. This guy that sits at the This is the Lucifer telescope on Graham Mountain. It represents him looking through everybody's eyes. There's an eyeball right there, known as the left eye. See how, if God was looking at it, this would be the left hand. That's the right hand. There's the woman riding the beast, right there. See that? But he's coming down. This is shown over and over again. This is the Valley of Elah. This represents that big stone. See, this big stone, this nuclear war and everything, which means the end of the time of the Gentiles, is what's going to kick him out of that seat up there, out of the heavenly areas. The cherub set to the east of Eden with a flaming sword meant to keep mankind away. See, he's looking at you. He's known as the accuser. Then he goes and accuses God of what we've done. See the Valley of Elah right there? Do you see the eagle? Just as we've been showing, for when this big event happens, this will begin the end of days. See the dome? For my channel, we know that this means a big event's going to happen to the USA and such, unfortunately. Like the San Andreas fault line and going. See that there? The end of the time of the Gentiles. Grace and mercy is over. The great whore is judged. And down below here is actually the beast. I will show another video after this. We've mapped out all the world, and I'm going to show this exact same character in Pittsburgh. Do you see the beast that is below the pit? Do you see the stone that is hitting him right in his temple? And there goes the eagle rising, just as we've been showing. All perfect, right by the lines, all the way up to where David slew Goliath. See there? And there is the real Goliath, the real cherub set to the east of Eden, right there. May God have mercy on us all. Confess with your mouth the Lord is Jesus. Believe in your heart God hath risen him from the dead, and you'll be saved. Hallelujah. Let's keep on going. We'll take this and we will go show it over in Pittsburgh, because God has everything mapped out for us. So, let's go show it all. Thank you very much, everybody. Hallelujah. We have to have the faith of David, just as when he walked down that hill, a little boy. God sends... But God hath chosen foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God hath chosen weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. That's why he sends Jesus Christ as the Lamb to face down the Sanhedrin court and the Romans. The Lamb. And then he sent a little boy to take on Goliath. See how God works? The smallest of God's things are better than our biggest things. His foolishness is wiser than our wisest people. That's what it represents all through there. Right there, where David slew Goliath. This is all going to happen again, guys. There it is. Thank you very much, everybody. Hallelujah. Have the faith of David. Let's keep going.